Right, okay, so it's now Wednesday. I put a big order through with Minispares on Monday evening. And yeah, pretty impressed because just had a notification saying it had been delivered. All being well. 2 big boxes. Let's get these into the garage and we'll unbox them.
I know you don't love me like you say you do.
Oh! There's 1, 2. Right then, so let's get these boxes open and see what was ordered, because I ordered quite a bit. The order came to just under £300, and I'm hoping this is going to be everything I need to do the job. There may be the odd thing that pops up, but I'm hoping that I've got the majority here, and the stuff that I haven't got here I've already got in stock. So I just want to say, before we open the stuff, I know Minispares had a few issues when the coronavirus stuff started kicking off. People on social media were getting pretty irate with the fact that they'd order things and it would take weeks and weeks and weeks to arrive, but this has literally taken 48 hours, or less than 48 hours from the moment I placed the order to delivery. And I haven't been notified of anything out of stock, so yeah, Minispares, if you're watching, top work, and I shall be using you again in the future, that's for sure. So, just done an unboxing video of all the parts for Looked Up Mini, and my GoPro is stuck on 6 seconds, so I haven't actually filmed any of the unboxing. I'm going to change the battery, and I'm going to do a quick overview of what's in the box. And yeah, that's annoying. Right, everything is now unboxed, and I'm really annoyed about that. But yeah, so this is the first order I put in with Minispares for a while. It's been a number of years actually, it feels like. But I'm super impressed with the turnaround time, the use of the website, the packaging. Everything was so well packed, it's unbelievable. I've had stuff come from other top-end mini suppliers, and when they've arrived, I've had to, especially panels, I've had to bend them back into shape and such like. So yeah, super happy. The 2 boxes of stuff are here and here, and the contents is now spread across here and over here. So let's go through what I've ordered. So for the brakes, a pair of rear wheel cylinders, a set of rear shoes, and a pair of rear drums with spacers in them. The drums had quite a bit of a lip on the inside. Everything was got really wet, soggy, and brake fluidy. So I thought the best thing to do was to replace everything. All the rear brakes will be brand new then. The only thing that's obviously remaining will be the handbrakes, lever arms, springs, and the cables. But they all seem to be in good working order. Rear radius arm rebuild kit. The radius arm on the passenger side had a bit of play, so I need to replace that. While I'm there, fitting a new knuckle. I said to Luke about it, and he's going to send me in the post a set of rear high-lows. So I'm going to be replacing the 2 knuckles with the high-low kit. I'm going to keep the cones that are on there at the moment because they look in pretty good condition. I've got a 48mm speedo cable, and that has got a threaded end on both sides, so that should work and be compatible with the current speedo setup. Clutch-wise, I've got the Preverto diaphragm kit. So that comes as a 3-piece. It's got the actual clutch friction plate, the diaphragm, and the release bearing. I've got a new tool for fitting these oil seals. This is an upgraded Minispares oil seal. I've got a banjo bolt. I've got a section of washers because the current hose is actually leaking, so that's not great. So that should hopefully rectify that. I've also got a new flywheel bolt, a locking nut, and an adjusting nut for the doodah at the end of the clutch. Can't think of the name of it for the life of me. Over here, this is for the inside of the driver's side. So I've got a driver's front floor and obviously a flitch panel as well. Now, the flitch panel itself, I won't be fitting the whole of this. I'm probably only going to use maybe this much below. Now, looking at prices of panels, there was a couple of companies that sold these bottom repair panels, but it was cheaper to buy the whole panel than it was to buy just that little section, which is very bizarre, but yeah, it is what it is. So I've got both Magnum panels and that whole corner where it's rusted inside the car, which I don't believe I've shown you, is now going to be pretty new and fresh. So just get through to the car to show you what's happening and the reason why I'm replacing it. Oh, so that they be light. So yeah, the flitch panel itself is in pretty good condition. There's a couple of rust patches which I will obviously be rectifying. So one layer of carpet, a second layer of carpet, and then a layer of undersill. And yeah, so this is the floor situation. The middle of the floor has got lots of flaky bits of floor, and this corner over here is where, if I take my torch underneath, where you can see the light shining through. So yeah, it's not great, but that's the reason why I'm doing the floor and the flitch panel together, because you can see in sort of this area here, it's just all gonna fall apart, and yeah, see, it's all fallen through. So that's gonna be another job that I didn't really anticipate to do, but I'm glad I'm doing it because, as I say, Luke's a really good friend of mine, and I want it to be right. So yeah, the chances are probably going to cut along up here, cut that panel out, cut the section of the inner door sill, the floor, and then weld the new floor in, and then just be done with it, and it will be good. It never gets old. So yeah, that's the floor situation, and the clutch situation, as you can see down here, that has a new clutch arm on it. So someone has touched this previously. So I need to remove the horn, probably remove this other horn as well, and the starter coil, possibly the starter solenoid on the inner wing. Just get everything out of the way so I can get access down there. I need to jack the engine up slightly, release it off the engine mount, and take off the wok. The dripping, the oil leak, I'm sort of chopping and changing a lot today. Are there any leaks today? No. So I put that tissue down because the leak is coming from the clutch flywheel housing, or the bell housing. So when I pressure washed the engine, there was a lot of smoke and steam coming from here. And when I took this off and cleaned it all, that was full of oil. So that's not great because that's a breather for the flywheel. And at the bottom there is like a split pin inside the hole, and yeah, it's covered in oil. So when all this comes out, I'm going to clean it all out, replace that oil seal, and fingers crossed that's going to be the fix. Worst case scenario is that the casing is broken and it would have to get a new casing, and that's obviously quite a big job. I'm hoping that's not the case, but yeah, I'm hoping it's just going to be that oil seal. It's a rubber seal and they'll perish over time. So I don't quite know the age of the engine or any of the history about the engine, but fingers crossed that's going to be the issue. Right, what do we do now then? So I need to try and plan out a plan of action, what's best to do and how to do it in sequence. I could do the clutch now, but ideally I want to be able to test drive it to make sure it's all working, or what it's doing, why it's slipping, etc. I'm pretty sure I know the reasons why. First, there's oil inside the bell housing. Secondly, the adjustment's not right. and thirdly, there's an oil leak. So I think the combination of the three, it's not great. So I'm probably going to leave that for now. The rear brakes I could do, but I've got to take the rear suspension arm off to do the bearing kit. So I think the plan of action is step one is put a coat of paint onto the engine. With the engine having its first coat of paint, that then can dry when I'm doing the rear brakes, the rear suspension. And then once that's done, I can come back and give it a second coat. And hopefully that will then be dry in time for when I come and do the clutch. If it's not dry, I can do the welding on the floor and the rear wheel arch as well. And if it is dry, crack on with the clutch, and then I can work my way around to do the floor as my last job. I think the welding wire is probably going to be the best thing to do last, because I can get the car across it into the garage. So I'll move it across here and give me loads more room, so I can open the door fully. I can get all the interior out. I can just make sure I can do everything I need to do inside there that isn't going to cause any fires or any hazards or anything like that. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. There's going to be a bit of a strange way of doing this, because I'm going to have to do this when I'm on my lunch, because I'm working from home, and yeah, little bits here and there. So I've done the unboxing today, and I think I'll get cracking and painting this engine. So I need to take some of the ancillaries off. So I've marked up spark plugs, or the HT leads. So 1 zip tie, 2 zip ties, 3 zip ties, 4 zip ties. So when I can put them back on, just go 1, 2, 3, 4, done. I'm going to leave the spark plugs in. I'm going to give the engine just one quick coat of, one quick clean over with a wire brush to make sure there's nothing loose or anything there. And I think I've decided to paint it in this jazz blue caliper paint. For the reason of, it looks awesome. It should match the dashboard. And you don't often see cars or engines in this sort of colour. So you can see on the edge of the tin the colour it's supposedly going to be. And I think it would just look really smart when you pop the bonnet. The plain blue would look great, and it'll probably be easier to do. But I think this car deserves something special. So, Luke, I mean it, mate. This car deserves something special. So, yeah. Let's get a bit of dismantling done. Get the first coat of paint on. Baby. So this is the first coat. So I'm going to put maybe 2 or 3 coats of this. I need to remove the alternator, I need to remove the distributor, I need to remove the grill to be able to get access down the bottom, because it's a little bit shabby. I just can't get to certain places. But yeah, wow, what a difference that's made already. I think he's going to absolutely love this. So right, I'm going to leave this video here. In the next video, there's going to be part 4, maybe 5, I don't know, I've lost count already. But the next part of the video, I'm going to be removing the rear radius arm, redoing the bearing, getting it all back fitted, and then I'm going to start working on the brakes. So new shoes, new cylinders, new drums, get them adjusted, the back wheels can go back on, and then that's the braking side pretty much done. Just need to put new fluid in the system, so I'll suck out all the old fluid from the reservoir, replace it with brand new fluid, bleed the systems through on all 4 brakes, and yeah, the brakes will be finished then. And in theory, take it back on the road, take it for a drive. Do you know what? So pleased with that already. I really, really, really hope Luke likes it. If he doesn't, well, it's tough. It's there now. Uh, but yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I need to go back to work now, but hope you've enjoyed this content. If you have, as always, please hit that thumbs up button, comment down below, and if you can, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future content. I can't take my eyes off it. Awesome. I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.